This video contains spoilers for Elimination Chamber 2025. Finally. No. Finally. John Cena has turned heel. How long have we waited for this? Like, we have waited over a decade. We thought they were going to do it when it was the Rise Above Hate stuff with Kane. We thought it was going to happen then. We thought it could have happened with the Nexus. There were so many times where we've wanted Cena to turn heel over the errors. But, man oh man, we finally got it. And yeah, I'm going to talk more about Elimination Chamber, so stick with me. But man, what a show. Like, that finish to the show was perfect. Don't really know why Travis Scott was in there. I didn't really think he had anything to do with the angle. It didn't really add to it. But I guess it adds to the aura of The Rock, I guess. But, oh my gosh, how long have we waited for heel Cena? We've waited to see it for a very long time. And just in case you needed any more confirmation that Vince McMahon is no longer in any way associated with creative, this never would have happened under Vince. So, you know, Cena as a good guy was Vince's golden goose. So he never would have turned him heel, I don't believe. But man, oh man, that was a perfect ending to Elimination Chamber. Wow, like, I was just blown. Like, I sat forward when I realized what was happening. I was like, they're going to turn him heel. And then, yep, turn him heel. But to turn Cena heel with The Rock, beautiful work, Triple H. Beautiful work. Just like, okay. So let's go back to the start of the show. The Women's Chamber was pretty decent. I mean, you know, could have been better, but I mean, Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. I don't really see that. But who knows? I think we're probably going to get Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan at WrestleMania, potentially. And man, oh man, like, that match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm sweating because it's a very hot day, by the way. Obviously because Cena turned heel. But yeah, that match, the unsanctioned street fight, man, that was a great match. Like, those two beat the holy hell out of each other. Like, man, oh man, like, they put on a show. You cannot take anything away from Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens in that match. What a performance. Obviously, we had the tag team match, Nia Jax and Candice LeRae versus Tiffy and also Trishy. I was watching Tiffy and I was like, Tiffy almost seems like a young Trish Stratus. Maybe that's why Trish is, I mean, obviously, Tiffy Stratton takes after Trish and looks up to Trish, so that could be explaining why, but it's almost like I was watching a younger Trish. Like, not towards the end of her career, like the end of when she retired for the first time, but like, you know, that 2003 sort of era, 2002, 2003 era. That's where I felt like I was seeing like a young Trish Stratus and Tiffy, so pretty interesting there. But, yep, that was a decent match. And then the Men's Chamber. Men's Chamber was amazing. We got a lot of fanfare there. We got a lot of fan payoffs. So, you know, a lot of people wanted to see CM Punk and Cena. That was in the match, you know. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk, that was very well promoted. Didn't really get Logan Paul being in there. I mean, it adds, I guess. I guess it adds to the match, but, you know, didn't really get it. And then Damian Priest had a really good showing. Damian Priest, put him in any match, he's almost the guy who can work with anyone at this point. Like, he's a pretty good wrestler and does what needs to be done in a match. Like, I think in time, he's going to be one of those, like, great workers that just can go with anyone and can build people. Like, Damian Priest was really good in that match. But the big part of that match, Cena going heel at the end, or going over, obviously, he won. And that elimination on Seth was pretty brutal. So, what is it? Go to sleep, and then also attitude adjustment, and then CM Punk things. I almost felt like CM Punk and Cena could be a tag team at some point, but, you know, we'll see what happens. But that Cena heel turn, that was the thing people will remember. That's the thing that people will go back to in 10 years and say, remember when Cena turned heel? Beautiful work. Like, I have been waiting for this for so long. And as a Cena fan, like, I am a big Cena fan. I was part of the C Nation for decades and decades. Like, from when I started watching it in 2003, Cena was one of the people I kept watching for. And yeah, he had spots where people booed him out of buildings and all that. I mean, you could say he kind of worked heel at what's the ECW One Night Stand 2006 against Van Dam. You could say that was kind of heel Cena. You could say even the rivalry with Kane was heel Cena. The Nexus was heel Cena. There's a lot of instances of where heel Cena was in there. But we haven't seen a true heel turn where he's like, you know what, go full bad. So this is a beautiful thing to see. It is beautiful. I am very happy that it happened. And man, oh man, I mean, the fan base is going to be divided. I will say the C Nation is going to be like, oh yeah, they never should have turned him heel. How can they do that? Sacrilege. He's going to beat Ric Flair's record. Like, the holiest of holies in the wrestling land. Now, given Flair held about like 20 to 24 world titles if you count them all. I mean, 16 is the agreed upon amount, but he held more than that. And Hogan held like 25 or 24 or so, similar. They're both in the same range. But in terms of the agreed upon reigns, 16 is where most people say, yep, we can count the 16. So Cena's probably going to beat that at Mania, or at least have a good chance to beat it, or at least he's going to beat it at some point in the coming months. And so it makes sense to turn him heel to do that, because, you know, obviously people are going to say, you're not Flair. Well, I think this will make him money. He'll say, hey, I'm not Flair, I'm John Cena, and I'm the GOAT, or whatever, you know. They've been pushing the whole GOAT thing. Yeah, this is interesting, and I am over the moon about it. This is good for the business. This is good for wrestling. This is good because it gets eyeballs on the product from The Rock being in there. It gets people who might have come in to check what The Rock was going to do and saying, hold on, Cena just turned heel. Ooh, because people stopped watching when Cena was the big Superman sort of thing. So I understand this will bring some people back. And then you obviously have Travis Scott in there for the youngsters, I guess. But, man, I thought Travis was laying something else in that corner, but it was apparently Sage. But I thought he was laying something else, like, you know, when he's coming through the crowd with Jey Uso. You know, that was, he was lighting something else when that happened. But this was obviously a different scenario. He was burning Sage in the corner. But man, that end to the pay-per-view or premium live event, we won't call it pay-per-views because they're not pay-per-views. That was beautiful. And I am keen to see where this goes now. Like, it's almost reinvigorated my fandom for John Cena. Now, obviously, I fell off the fan base a while back. Like, I think I can almost count the time where I kind of stopped really caring about John Cena. And it was the squash match with Brock Lesnar where Suplex City was established, where he just threw him 16, 17 times. That's where I kind of stopped being in the C Nation. Now, I kept being a Cena fan, but I was no longer full-on, Cena's got to win everything, and I was no longer that. But yeah, wow, what an end to a premium live event. Like, what an end. That was beautiful. And let's see where this goes. This could be very good for the business, and yeah, more eyes to the product, the better, because people are going to say, oh, that was so wrong and that. It's going to get people coming in and making new fans who come in for Seth Rollins, people who come in for even Logan Paul or whatever. I get they're trying to make fans come back and also make fans engaged again. You know, I get it. But what do you guys think? That was beautiful. And yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. And I'll put something at the end. Check it out if you want. If not, thanks for watching.